So, good morning, Facebook Live and Joslyn fans. I'm Rebecca, the program director here at the Joslyn Center, and we are back in my office today using Zoom to go live on Facebook for you. So, I'm just going to pull up my thing and make sure that it is working. This is episode 98 of the Joslyn Variety Show. Let's see here. Aha, I see us. Okay, we're good to go. So, what we are going to talk about today is brain games. So I know that Susan talks a lot about brain games during her brain health segments on Wednesdays with us, and there are really excellent online options to keeping your brain active while you're in quarantine. So we're going to talk about a couple of those today. We're going to talk about Lumosity, BrainHQ, and then I will show you a website that the AARP actually hosts that also has a bunch of free available games for you. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to change up our settings here um, and share my screen so you can see what I'm working with. There we go. Share. Okay, so I think you should be able to see my Lumosity screen now. Nope, you probably see where I'm broadcasting from. All right, hold on. We are still making this work for us. There we go. Okay, so we are here now. I hope that you guys can see the Lumosity website. This is the main page. So I've already created an account. This is the free version of the account. Lumosity and BrainHQ both offer options where you can pay a subscription and they will give you access to more games, more insights, more options, and things like that. So we are going to look at Lumosity first. And again, I already created an account, so I'm just going to give you a kind of a tour of what my account looks like now that I've been on it for 2 days because I started practicing for this on Wednesday. And then we will look at how to create an account. So this is the main page. You're going to see that we have today's free workout up here at the top. Lumosity and BrainHQ all both only provide a certain number of free exercises a day, but it's a good option if you don't want to pay for all the extra features. You can still access the games. You just have more limited time, more limited game options. Um, so this will tell you some of the different versions of games that they have. You can talk about math or language or memory. These are my current cognitions, and I believe that as you keep playing, these will adjust and hopefully improve. I think that's the idea is that they get better over time. And I believe both of these sites compare you to others in your age group. So if you look at your charts, it'll be your scores in relation to other, in my case, 30-year-olds or 60-year-olds or 90-year-olds. So that way it's fairly level playing field as far as insights go. But let's start here. I will show you what today's free workout is because I don't even know because I haven't tested it out yet. And we'll see. You guys can watch me challenge myself. Let's hope that it's good. So, Lumosity asks you to track your sleep because it has a pretty direct correlation on your brain health. So, I'm going to say that I feel good today. I had about 8 hours of sleep, which is pretty average for me. Oh, ebb and flow. Okay, so I told you guys I started this account on Wednesday. And I played this one before as one of the free games, and it's a little bit challenging. So I will it before the games. It generally gives me a like the instructions for how to play it. So I'm thinking that it will this time, but if it doesn't, I'll kind of narrate as I go. You'll notice that my best score was not a great score. Some of these games are very challenging, but they do adapt them for how like they'll give you a test first and see where your level's at, and then they'll make it easier or harder depending on where you're at. So it's going to give us instructions. It's telling me that I use my keyboard for this game. So I'm going to press an arrow key, and it says to pay attention to the color of the leaves. And then when the orange leaves appear, we're going to indicate which way they're moving. So I'm going to press the left arrow key because they are moving to the left. And then when the green arrow keys appear, we want to press the arrow key as to which way they're pointing. So even though they're moving to the left, because they're green, we are going to indicate that they're pointing up. Um, and then we're going to go right. But because these are orange, we're going to say they're moving down, even though they're pointing up. Moving to the right, pointing up, moving down, pointing right. This is harder to do narrating. It's kind of easier if I'm just in my head. So maybe in a minute here, I will stop narrating. But there is a little indicator, if you can tell down at the bottom, it's reminding me if I'm working with pointing or moving. That way, if I get a little mixed up or confused, it helps. Okay, I'm not going to narrate because it stresses me out. So let's see how we do. Ah, the moving ones are the harder for me. Ah. Pointing down, pointing right. The pointing is less hard. The pointing I can generally get pretty quickly. The moving I have to really concentrate on. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. Pointing down, moving right, moving right. Down, moving right, pointing down, pointing up, pointing up, pointing right, moving down, moving down. Ah! Okay, so you'll see that it is testing you to see how quickly your brain can flip flop between those two activities. So thank you, Ebb and Flow, for that very stressful start to my morning. But this is really good for your brain. All of these exercises are great and the brain is a muscle. So the more that you use it, and the more you practice it, and the more you strengthen it, um, the longer you're going to be able to prevent things like dementia and Alzheimer's and just and your normal memory loss. So let's play one more recommended game on Lumosity. And then I will give you a look over at BrainHQ and you can see what you think of that. Because they're very similar the way they're set up. I think Lumosity gives you a little more access to free games than BrainHQ does. But if you want to use both, you can use both. Okay, so Pinball Recall. I have not played this one before, so we are going to see how it goes. It says that working memory is used for temporarily storing and manipulating information. And I like Lumosity because it gives you kind of the reasoning behind each game and what parts of your brain that it's exercising and how it's useful. So let's give it a try. Oh, okay, so if you have this error message, and I had this happen to me yesterday, we are going to enable Flash by going up here to that little lock. We are going to change this to allow Flash because sometimes your browser isn't going to allow it because sometimes on some sites it can be dangerous. But don't worry, on this side it's okay. Okay, let's give this a try. So we're going to train our working memory by memorizing the bumpers. And again, I haven't played this yet, so okay, so that makes sense. So we're going to predict where the ball is going to end up by selecting the bumper it's going to hit, potentially. There we go. So we have to notice the location and the orientation of each bumper and click the end point to launch the ball. So if it hits this, it'll bounce off this, and then it will end up over here. Oh, wow, I was really wrong. Maybe this is a part of my brain that I need to exercise. So click the correct input to launch the ball. Okay. Thank you for walking me through it again, because I got it wrong. I don't play pool or pinball. So we'll challenge your memory by hiding the bumper. This one right here. Okay. I'm remembering that it's here. So then if we click that this launches the ball, it's going to potentially hit this one, right? Ah, okay. We're figuring stuff out. This is good. So I'm remembering that it's here. So if it hits it right here, it's going to hit this one. Okay. We'll try to memorize the location of each bumper, and we'll get more bumpers as we progress. And again, it's going to, just because it seems really hard when I do it, it may not be so hard when you start out, because it gives you a test when you first set up your account to see where where you are. So don't be intimidated if these games seem too tricky because it may not be where it starts you out at. Or it may start you out harder. If these seem really, really easy to you, then good for you. Because they're hard work for me. There we go. This one's here. It's launchy from here, which means it'll spit it out right here. Yeah. Physics is not my strong suit. Oh goodness. Okay, so up here at the top, I'm going to show you, it says trial 3 of 15. That means it's going to take us through this 15 times, and I do not want you guys to have to sit through that and do it with me. So you get kind of an idea. The games are all a little bit different. They all offer different, offer to exercise different parts of your brain. So let's switch back over to Lumosity's main website so you don't have to go through all that. But it tells you I've been playing for 3 days. Let's see if it gives me my stats. So things that I haven't tested my speed yet, but as far as memory, attention, flexibility, and problem solving, the idea is that you want to make all of these go up. So the more you play and the better you get at flexing some of these different brain parts, the higher these will go. And then there's some mood and sleep trends, which are also good to have. If you journal or anything like that, then you typically would try to track these too. Okay, and so then it's going to say if you want to get access to all of these things, then they get the premium account. And you can or not, whatever works for you. These are all of the options that they have. But again, if you just want to play a couple games a day and be a little more casual about it, the free option should work pretty fine. And you can always just play the free option for a while. And if you decide that you want to get more committed to it or more involved, then you can switch over. And then here's the games that are free for me to play today. And I can play, from what I've found out the last few days, I can play each of them several times. I can go back to them after I've finished. Like if I find out that I really, really like the ebb and flow, which I really, really don't, I could go back and play it some more. So you have that option. But let's take a minute. Oh, and I'll show you, I'm going to bring up my other browser so that you can see what it would look like if we wanted to create an account. This is the very beginning of Lumosity. So again, I had already created one when I showed you guys today. If you want to get started, then you just click here. It's going to ask you to create an account and fill up all this information, including your birth date. And this is to put you in the category with other folks your age. And then it'll just take you through the sign up process, and it's pretty easy. So let's switch over and look at BrainHQ for a minute. So BrainHQ looks a little different and it acts a little different. But this is the main page when I sign on to BrainHQ. And again, I've already played a couple of days this week, getting ready so that I could tell you guys honestly when I talk to you today. And it's got the same idea. It's going to give me my free exercises for the day. And then if I go up here to progress, it'll show me something similar to what Lumosity does when I go to my stats. So let's see here. What's today's free exercise? Scene Crasher is Friday. And this is a memory game. We're going to work on our visual memory by quickly taking in and remembering the details of a scene. And I have not played this yet. This is very stressful to do live. You guys don't even know. So BrainHQ, one of the things that I found out when I was using this site is that it is easiest. See this full screen button here at the bottom? It's easiest to see everything if you press that, because the way, at least for my browser, the way it's set up is I lose things at the bottom and top and have to scroll to them. But if I click this, it gives me the full view, and that's helped me. Okay.
Take a look at the 3 keys below. When you start the exercise, another key will be added.
Okay, so far so good.
Your job is to pick out the new key. Click Start to begin.
Okay, let's try. Okay, so I saw this guy pop up.
That ding sound means you've got it right. You've taken the first step to exercise your visual working memory, your short-term memory for what you see.
All right.
You use your visual working memory every day to react to and remember events around you.
Fair enough.
This time, we'll start with 4 keys, then add a new one. Click Start to begin.
Okay, so I'm recognizing this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Here's our new guy.
Great job. Now, we'll make it a little harder. After showing the first group of keys for a short time, we will hide them for a moment behind a fuzzy screen. Then they will appear again.
All right, let's do
When
this.
the keys reappear, a new one will be added. Can you pick out the new key?
I hope so.
We will start again with 3 keys. Click Start when you are ready.
All right, you guys ready? Memory ones are tricky for me. I've actually noticed since I've been playing this that my memory scores are generally lower than all of my other scores, like my reaction scores and things like that. So if I fail at this terribly, I'm working on it. I promise. Okay, so we've got our 3 guys. They were all in this area, which means this is our new guy.
Can you find the...
So we're going to click on our new guy.
In this exercise, you are training your visual working memory, the short-term memory that helps you keep details of a scene in mind.
And this is all important information to use when you're out and about in real life.
Click Start to try another.
All right, let's give it a go. We got 3 up here and 1 down here. And this, I believe, is our new guy.
Click on Correct. You'll notice that after you answer correctly a few times in a row, the exercise gets a little harder by adding another key.
And this is one of the good features that it has where if you are struggling and you feel like it's getting overwhelming or out of control, it won't make it harder. I hear you. It won't make it harder until you're ready for it to be harder.
The exercise will keep getting harder until you reach your threshold, which is when the exercise is challenging but not impossible for you. Training at your threshold is important for changing your brain and improving your cognitive health. Click Start when you are ready to try another.
Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Okay. 4 down here and 1 up here. Oh, this guy in the middle. I don't remember him, so we are going to select him.
On the new key. Try a few more.
All right. Just a couple 3 up here. Ooh, I think this one. Okay. A little triangle down here, and this guy's the new one. An arc at the top and 1 at the corner, which makes this one the new one.
This time, you'll see a bar at the top of the exercise that tells you how you're doing. As you answer correctly, the arrow moves to the right, and you'll keep track of more keys.
All right, let's give it a go.
If you answer correctly several times, you'll earn a star. The better your performance, the more stars you earn.
Who doesn't love getting stars?
Click the arrow when you are...
We're ready to start. Okay, guys, stressed. All right, 2 up here, 1 in the corners, 2 up here, 1 in the corners. That means this guy is new. And usually the faster you go, the more points it gives you. So that's why I'm moving a little quickly. But feel free to take your time. Oh, no. Well, it's either this one or this one. I'm going to say this one. Oh, I was really wrong. I'm so sorry. It was this one. See, I told you guys my memory is not that great. There we go. This one's new. These 3 in a line, which means this guy is new. Wait, a big square of 4, which means this guy is new. A line and 1 off to the side, and this is further off to the side, so we are going to say him. A nice little circle here. And 1 that was not in the circle. A little square here and 1 down to the bottom. This one, there we go. Wait, a little square and a top of, oh no. Okay, I think it's this one. You're right. Good job, guys. Whoa, big arc. That was like the Big Dipper, and 1 up here, which means I think this is the new one. Whew, that was just a guess.
Congratulations. Collect 1 more star to move on to the next exercise. Click the arrow to continue.
All right.
Collect 1 more star in Scene Crasher in order to advance to the next exercise.
So
the better you do on each round, the more stars you'll earn, and the faster you'll advance.
It wants me to play the game 1 more time so I can get that last star that I need to go to the next game. But because you guys are here with me, I am going to exit out of it. Because you don't have to sit through all that. But that kind of gives you an idea of some of what BrainHQ does as well. A lot of similar games, a lot of memory, things like that. And you'll see it's tracking my progress. I only started playing this a few days ago, but I've been getting better each day, so that's good. Um, let's go over here and I'll show you the exercises. So they have a little bit more restriction when it comes to their available exercises, like how Lumosity gave us games that we can play for free. Today, consistently, BrainHQ restricts you a little more. So if you wanted to go in and pick one of these games and you try to select it, it's going to tell you that it wants you to subscribe. So I will show you their subscribe options. Same idea, monthly and yearly. That's really similar to what Lumosity has over here, except they can also do 2 year and lifetime if you are really dedicated. But these brain games will all help you with memory and with recognition, retention, all of that kind of stuff. I'm looking for something that breaks down. Oh, here we go. Let's go to the site. And if you want to learn more about it, I think both of these websites have kind of a breakdown of why it's effective, um, and then a little bit about their science team and things like that. So now that I've given you a very brief look into BrainHQ and Lumosity, we are going to pop over to AARP's website because these are not built the same way. They're not built by scientists to really purposefully enhance certain aspects of your brain or test them. These are more your casual for fun games. So there's things like crossword. They've got mahjong. Oops, where'd it go? We've got a bunch of different mahjong, solitaire. There's word scramble games, arcade games. All of these are free on the AARP website up here at the top. If you go to games.aarp.org, and these guys, you can play as many times as you want. You can play it with your friends. You can send it to your friends to play. They are available anytime. So if you start your day with Velocity, and then maybe after lunch you do a little bit of Brain HQ. Oh no, I lost my other browser. Start with Lumosity, some Brain HQ after lunch, and then maybe before bed you can do some AARP crosswords just for the fun of it. So I'll show you guys what maybe a crossword looks like, because I like crosswords. My grandpa always plays the crossword. Actually, both my grandparents do. So we're going to tell it, play now. Oh. And you'll notice, I'm going to mute this. You're actually going to see advertisements for AARP because it's a free service. And that's okay. You can just let it play for a little while, and then when you see the skip ad option, just hit skip ad. So I'll turn the sound back on. You can do puzzles every day of the week or every day they release a new puzzle. So let's just say we want to do August 1st's puzzle. Let's see. Let's look for one that. Oh, this is an easy level. Oh, and you can have the option to print it too. So if you are not interested in doing it on the computer and you don't like the virtual option so much, then you can print it. So here we go. I don't Star Wars example. I don't know, but say, oops. There you go. See, it'll whatever number that you hit on your keyboard, it'll fill it in. So it's really easy to play, and then when you finish up, it'll tell you if you're right, and you can check it. But I'm not going to take you through that today because again, that takes a lot of time, and this is a very short variety show. So let's get out of this, and of course, AARP has tons of other information on their website as well, including articles and things like that. So while you're there, check those out. But Susan and I both highly encourage you to try out Lumosity, BrainHQ. There's several others like them. I'm going to stop the share so you can see me again. Oh, I think my camera moved. We encourage you to try them out, to play some games and test your brain and continue to test it daily. So make the effort every day to set aside 10 or 15 minutes to play some brain games, because I think you'll see that it does a lot of good and it helps you in the long run. And even over just a couple of days, you might notice that you've seen a good improvement. So I hope that helps. I know it's kind of a crash course and it's hard when somebody else is is showing you something on a computer. So if you need any help at all, just give me a call and we can walk through it together. My number is 760-340-3220 and my extension is 102. And I would be happy to do this with you and get you started. And Susan would too. So if you need anything, give us a call. Have a fantastic weekend. And we will be back on Monday. Paul is going to be here Monday. He is going to do meditation with you. So I hope that you very much enjoy that. And then I will see you on Tuesday. Have a great day.